Blue shift, and it is Scallywag versus qwhaty, 1 game apiece. Yeah, so blue shift's big, isn't it? It's a big map. Is it a big map? I think it's a big map. Feels like a big map, blue shift. Maybe it's just because it's got like all this weird stuff in the middle. Makes it feel bigger than it is, but I think it's a big map, and it's got these really, I've mentioned this before, these insane bases at the edges that are just so far from everything that how would you ever hold those? So I always think of those like, what are those there for? Just to build as a ninja, you know? I'm just going to go and throw an expo down over there and hope for the best my opponent doesn't scout it. So it's going to be Scallywag is going to scout, and look at this. qwhaty is actually going to scout for the first time in 3 games. So that is very encouraging sign. Is he going to scout? Oh, come on. Come on. He is going to scout. So he's going to come in. He sees the side core, the gateway. Had he hung around for a bit, would have seen the forge, and that's generally reassuring. You see the forge go down. Your opponent probably isn't playing any sort of rush against you, and that's all right. So Scallywag also got in, had a bit of a look around, but did not see these extra 2 gateways. Has got the worker parked outside though, and that's a good place for it because it will see, oh, sneaky, will see the Nexus timing when the Nexus comes down. So the fact that there isn't the Nexus yet, I'd be starting to be pretty suspicious about. But then Scallywag doesn't have one either, and I don't know why not. He's fully saturated. He's building workers, as you should. But, you know, you need a Nexus for them to mine at. Otherwise, those extra workers aren't going to do anything useful for you. A couple of adepts moving out, and I like this a great deal. Getting an adept move out is a really good thing to do in general. I don't know about building a cannon there. You're not playing against Zerg. I'm not sure what that's liable to achieve, especially without a shield battery and stuff. But these 2 adepts could be super annoying because in general what you do is you walk up here, you send the sheds to here, and you kind of annoy the units, and you pull back, and the units either chase you or chase the sheds. And if they chase the sheds, you come in here and you maybe snipe a worker or 2, and if they chase you, you let the shed finish and you kill some workers up here. You know, so 2 adepts can one-shot or do they need the upgrade for that? I think maybe they need the glaive. No, that's a speed upgrade, isn't it, glaives? So 2 adepts will one-shot a worker, and if you've got the glaives upgrade, that speeds up the rate that they fire at, I think, 25% faster, so they can munch through workers pretty quickly. However, that upgrade is not a thing that exists at present. Yeah, so in the production tab, both players building workers still, which is good to see, getting these naturals up and going, but it is Scallywag with the substantial worker advantage, 44 to 30, and you'd have to question why that is, because he hasn't killed any workers. So the only possible explanation for that is that there have been extended periods of time, like right now, where qwhaty just wasn't bothering to build workers. And you know, said it before, will say it again. Don't be the person doing that. Never be the person doing that. Oh, there, yay! Okay, yeah. So needs to shed out or just run. Yeah, that works too. Actually, sheds in the direction he's running. Yeah, sure, why not? I may even get another kill. This is absolutely fantastic damage. So, having already had a worker lead, kills 5 workers, and he's not literally doubling the number of workers that his opponent has, and therefore doubling the income. Funny how that works. That's a little ambitious with it, like, right, yeah, don't lose it, flee. I don't know, like the whole thing with those warp prisms is you can sneak in around the side, isn't it? No, don't try and fly through the front door. So, you know, invisible men are out on the map, and this time Scallywag does have a robo and does have at least 1 observer, so those shouldn't really cause him any problems. This is a big old oversaturation, so what Scallywag is able to do as soon as this Nexus finishes up is just transfer 16 workers to it, so he can start the gases before this is even finished. because he has enough workers to fully saturate this immediately and get maximum benefit from it. And yeah, so here we go, you know, over saturated here by 10 as well. So this is instantly saturated, and we're about to see a big old spike in his mineral income as a result. However, the bigger picture here is qwhaty is just going to go for it. The shield battery at the back has been overcharged. I think I would have overcharged the one at the front. Yeah, so anyway, Scallywag's going to hold this really easily. He's got, look, these Immortals. Immortals are so good against Stalkers. They're, you know, just brutal. And even when they're not shooting, even when they're mostly dancing around. So Scallywag, you could do with closing the distance here a little bit. You know, blinking back. Has he got blink? Has. Blink back the Stalkers, let the Immortals come up front and just absolutely slay. Okay, this Immortal just walks clean past that. qwhaty, you surely know that's there, don't you? Unfortunate that these DTs are going to clean it up. So as soon as you see this, just load the Stalkers into the prism. Just load them in. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, he's going to push up here into Invisible Men. Yeah, changes his mind pretty sharpish. But I'd like to see the prism fly around and just go to work here, you know, drop out some zealots or whatever. Really keep your opponent busy with that sort of thing. This just ridiculous income advantage for Scallywag is going to start causing problems, so long as he has got the production to match it, and he doesn't. He's got a 4 gates. Well, as we saw in game 2, you can run 4 gates off one Nexus. You don't need anywhere close, you know. So why Scallywag isn't building gateways, I don't understand. He could be driving 12 gateways without too much bother. Yeah, because otherwise you just can't spend it. Otherwise, can you? You can't spend it. So in the production tab, he is busy with upgrades, but you know, units are more important. Yeah, the Observer's still here, and he's got to be careful the Observer doesn't get sniped, and it does. That is disappointing. So arguably what he needed to do really was rock up and snipe his opponent's Observer to make sure his own stayed alive. So this one hero DT is going to chase all of this stuff back. And this stuff one-shots that DT. Yeah, so maybe 2 Observers would have been the way to go. Or better still, blink in, snipe your opponent's Observer so that they can't kill yours. Thermal Lance researching, and with 2 Colossus coming out at a time, it won't be long before Scallywag has just got an absolute beast of an army. One of the bonuses of the Colossus is, of course, that they do splash. So if you've got Zealots to go with that charge lots, the charge lots will keep the sort of DTs back because they'll charge onto everything. The DTs will be trying to kill them, and even if the Colossus can't see the DTs, the splash damage will kill them. So you can just plow through anyway, which can be a real win. So qwhaty's going to starve, isn't he? He's dropped a Nexus here, but he's got a relatively small army. He's still got a big deficit of workers. And you feel like it's only a matter of time, really, before Scallywag has just such an overwhelming amount of stuff that he can just A-click and the DTs just aren't going to be enough to stop it, not even close. You know, these 2 DTs or whatever it is, yeah, they'll trade well, they'll be efficient, but, you know, it's just not going to be enough. No, I thought he had more, only 1 Colossus I'm seeing. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, yeah, the DTs are still alive. I think maybe qwhaty did manage to snipe the Observer. And it's just not going to matter. It's going to take these 2 DTs longer to kill all this stuff than it's going to take this stuff to kill qwhaty's base, I would suggest. So yeah, Scallywag can just power on in here and not really worry about it. Just like focused on the Nexus and it's GG, isn't it? Yeah, so he decides to take out the Shrine, and yeah, I get it. The DTs are annoying, but they're still annoying, whether there's a Shrine there or not. This is Scallywag's Observer, though, so I don't know why that was over here and not more over here. So the DT's actually cleaning it up, which is, you know, a little bit miserable. But, oh my word, there's the Colossus. Now he's running, but like, well, it's, you know. Here we go, here we go. What? Oh, come on. Seriously, dude? Come on. Like, just slay these things. I hate Invisible Man. They're just kind of, just obnoxious, aren't they? And yeah, this one Invisible Man is about to die pretty fast. So yeah, there's nothing to stop Scallywag from just going now, is there? Yeah, the 3 Stalkers here, you know, get them involved, get them on up there, get everything up there. Just, it's a click for the win now, isn't it? Just make sure you've got observers. Although, of course, he did manage to, he did snipe the Dark Shrine. So yeah, it's GG time for qwhaty. Whether he knows it or not, I don't know. But there it is. And it's Scallywag that goes 2-1 up.